Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content, and today we're going to be doing this gameplay breakdown. So with each demo, they've been slightly updating the game. We do have this before and after image up on screen of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I know it's not a drastic change, but we can see the differences, right? Whether it's in terms of the lighting, the shading effect, the character model, the color scheme, just the overall structure of the characters, right? So we're going to do this deep dive. Without further ado, make sure to drop a like on the video and turn on post notifications. Let's hop straight into it. So first up, I want to go over this Frieza transformation. This is specifically from the Summer Game Fest 2024 build, and this is how his animation looks like. The animation itself is going to be the same as the revamped one, but if we pay attention to the background, we don't have that flashy screen. We can still see the stage itself. See when the camera is paneling around the character, and here is the polished up refined variation over here, also comparing to the anime itself. You see how the stage just gets all flashy like someone is using the solar flare technique. So that's a very cool update, extremely anime accurate. Now we do have this character portrait of Piccolo. The one on the left is the older one. I'm not sure which build, probably from Summer Game Fest, just because that's the first gameplay that we've been getting, and then, you know, gameplay footage from Evo, Anime Expo, the more polished up, refined variation of Sparking Zero. Anyway, the one on the right is the new one. They're not just changing, you know, the actual characters in battle, but the character portraits, and that's something I can definitely appreciate. We saw this before with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, how they added the electricity effect. Before, Super Saiyan 3 Goku didn't necessarily have that. So Piccolo, they just basically changed the stance of the portrait. And we have Saiyan Vegeta. So the first image is from the Rivals trailer, if I'm remembering correctly. This one is not a huge change. It's just more of the lighting and color scheme of the overall model. We can see up here more of that orange hue, and down here more of that pale color scheme. This one could honestly just be the lighting of the stage, because the top one, they're fighting on the wasteland, the bottom one, Planet Namek. But, you know, it's just a difference that somebody noticed. And same thing for Perfect Cell. It just looks like Dr. Gero developed Cell with the PS5 graphic pack, right? HDR 3860 by 2140, whatever the dimensions are. It just looks 10 times cooler, a bit more crispier. The top image right here, I believe, is from the official website, you know, the stock image, if you will. And the bottom one, of course, is from the recent PlayStation 5 update, where they kind of updated the store, added a bit more gameplay images. Yeah, that's where this one's coming from. And here we have Blue Evolved Vegeta. Now, this isn't necessarily a before and after comparison. We'll get to that. But real quick, when we first got the appearance of Blue Evolved Vegeta, a lot of us noticed that it wasn't as anime accurate. We didn't have the bulky physique. The hair wasn't as blue. They didn't include the pupils, so a lot of us started speculating that it very well could just be the manga variation of Blue Evolved, and here we have that comparison. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this is a very cool theory, but they were just not done with the Blue Evolved Vegeta character model. But here we have the actual comparison. It's a clip this time around. Look at that. Hey, so the hair, I believe, is a bit darker. We can tell easier from here. See the top one, more of that cyan blue, and then down here, more accurate to Blue Evolved. And then we can see that they added the pupils, and it's funny because the box art of Sparking Zero does show Blue Evolved Vegeta in the, you know, bulky physique form. So they, even though they updated the different parts of Vegeta down here with the eyes, darker blue hair, the aura, I'm pretty sure, is the same. We still don't have the muscular physique of Vegeta, right? So maybe they're going to be throwing that in later down the line. Who knows? Of course, they're still updating the game as we speak, but this is just something that we noticed as well, even when he does Final Explosion or God Final Explosion. The one up here, it just seems like original Super Saiyan Blue, right? Over here, I kind of broke this one down before, but it's Super Saiyan Broly utilizing his ultimate attack. It's funny because the first one, the older version up there, is a bit more accurate to the movie itself, and then they updated it. It's now not as accurate to the movie. You know, it's totally fine, does not necessarily matter to me. So he throws out his arm first, and he's holding the gigantic ki blast with his right arm, and then he eventually throws it down like that. The end animation right here is all the same. It's just while he's carrying the gigantic ki blast, right? So going back to the top footage, he holds it with both arms, just like the movie, and then he like flares them out, going crazy. He's going berserk. He throws down the right arm first, and then throws the gigantic blast with the left arm. Pretty interesting, if you ask me. Comment down below, which one do you prefer? The movie accurate / older variation, or the updated one? I don't think they should have updated the Broly animation specifically, but that's just me. Over here, we have Goku. I spoke a little bit about this one as well. Now, two different Gokus. The one on the left is Goku early, activating Kaioken, Blast 1, power up. And Goku on the right is Mid Goku, activating the Kaioken Rush attack, I believe, because Mid Goku doesn't necessarily have Kaioken Blast 1, you know, the power boost. Either way, they're updating the character, the facial expressions, night and day difference. Look at that. The aura, a bit more controlled, you know, all the different effects, and just the structure itself of the character, right? Going back to the expression on the left, he's not like showing much emotion. And then on the right, he's just going crazy. Don't ever speak about Krillin, or whatever he says. Obviously, this would have been a more accurate comparison if we have an image of early Goku using Kaioken, which I think we do. There's a ton of gameplay footage out there, but I couldn't necessarily find it myself. So this was like the best one we got of Kaioken Goku, and this one is the actual same Goku mid, using ×20 Kamehameha. Yeah, what the heck? It's like we're witnessing Sparking Zero 2, the top one being Sparking Zero, and then the second image being Sparking Zero 2. the details, the upgrade itself, it's just crazy, man. All in the span of what? A couple months, most likely, just because the top footage is from Summer Game Fest, the bottom one is from Anime Expo. It's just crazy how much work they're putting into this game, you know, giving it their all. That's something I definitely appreciate. So whenever Sparking Zero does release, it's just going to be anime accurate. And over here, the frames aren't going to be 100% accurate, because the bottom one definitely seems a bit more zoomed up, you know, closer to the ends of the Super Saiyan transformation compared to the first image that we have up here. But the hair is looking a bit more softer, and the saturation, the color scheme, 100% brighter. They just upped the contrast for sure. And I could be wrong, but it seems like Super Saiyan Goku seems a bit more bulkier in terms of the muscle mass going on up here. Yeah, look at his left arm. It's extremely toned down, and then down here, his physique seems to be a bit larger. So yeah, Super Saiyan Mid Goku, top tier. And we also broke this one down. This is Goku's end animation. It's all about the facial expression, right? Bottom image, of course, the revamped one, a bit more accurate to the manga, where he's a bit more saddened. We can see the eyebrows, his eyes, and, you know, the sweat marks, how he's kind of like, what have you done? You made me do this, Frieza, you know? And then the top one is just like, he doesn't even care. Look at him. Look at him. He's not even looking at you. I don't know what he's looking at. He's looking up there, not necessarily down at the opponent like how he's supposed to. So very cool stuff there. And Super Saiyajin 3. Yeah. The bottom one is the older one, so it's kind of flipped. Usually the bottom one is the revamped one, right? Anyway, yeah, that's from the Rivals trailer, so the very first look at Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and the top one is actually from Summer Game Fest 2024. It's funny because usually the Summer Game Fest 2024 is what we're comparing to. That's usually like the older build, but since we have footage from the first couple of trailers, we can do this comparison. So yeah, he's definitely a lot bulkier. The muscle mass is insane. Look at his neck muscles, his arms going crazy, And we have another example of that, pretty much just a different frame. Not only that, but the color scheme. The hair is a bit darker. Seems like there's more of a shadow effect going on, right? But we also have a comparison from the Summer Game Fest to the Anime Expo event. And look, so again, with each demo, they're just updating the character. So now he's a bit more brighter, which definitely makes sense just because Super Saiyan 3 provides and emits nothing but energy. So his hair, we can see this shine effect going on, again with the dark shadow. So this is what I was trying to say, going back to Blue Evolved Vegeta, even though they already updated the character right here, I believe, they can still, you know, polish up the same character that they recently updated. So hopefully we do get that bulky Blue Evolved Vegeta. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think they're going to do just that. And we have not necessarily the transformation animation, but this is the character intro, I believe. You know, more accurate to the gameplay model, because it's strange. Whenever we see Goku like this is like the actual in-game model, but whenever we see Goku so cool to the anime, it's like a different character model, right? Specifically for the animation, because that's like very different from this Super Saiyan 3 Goku to this one, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Anyway, so same thing, Summer Game Fest to Anime Expo, a lot more brighter, more shinier, providing a bit more energy. The color saturation, a bit different. The shadows, lighting, all that crazy stuff. I know the bottom one doesn't necessarily have the electricity effect, but again, the frames aren't going to be 100% accurate with each other, right? The top one, we can see the electricity. Of course, they're updating the structure, the facial animations, all that crazy stuff. You know, at the very end of the Wrath of the Dragons movie, he destroyed Hirudegan with Dragon Fist, and that's where this iconic stance is coming from, right? He was kind of smiling or smirking at the very ends. The one on the left, nonchalant like, he's like, just another day. And the one on the right, he's more proud of himself. You know, he's like, yeah, I just did that. If I don't, who will? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is it for today's video. Just witnessing the progression of Sparking Zero is great in my personal opinion. I just find this stuff interesting as well. Look at that, Martian Vegeta. The tables have been set, or whatever he said. Thank you guys for the immense support as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.